to be married. Fat, ibadallah. It stops some people from breathing. Others have fallen down from heart attack. Fat, ibadallah. It makes children unhappy, teased in school and ridiculed. Fat, ibadallah. It makes people selfish and ignorant. Being fat, ibadallah. It fattens the house, the pockets of the medical industry. Fat, ibadallah. It fattens the pockets of who? Of the diet people. Fat, ibadallah. And much fat comes from extravagance in eating and drinking. My brothers from overseas, please forgive my next point, but I must make it. And that is, you hardly see any of them sitting to pray, do you? Do you? No. Do you know why? Do you know why? One, they are not fat. Because the culture they come from is Muslim. And they have a certain way they eat, which is not the way you eat. Many of you. You can count on your hand if you can the immigrants who come from other countries who are sitting to pray early in life the way we do. Who are fat the way we are. Whose children are fat the way we are. Because they are not or do not ascribe to the SAD, Standard American Diet, of fats and sugar and salt the way we do. Suffering hypertension the way we do. Oh, what's the problem with hypertension? What's wrong with hypertension? Well, number one, men, if you're hypertensive, you're taking a medication which may stop your high blood pressure, but stops other things along with it. In case you didn't know, and you just want to keep on stuffing the stuff in your face, it is not a nice condition. Diabetes, in case you didn't know, is a very, very dangerous and can be a debilitating disease. So we should follow our messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should follow him. If we say sunnah, this is sunnah. Eat when you need to eat. Now it's difficult because here everything is what? Even in the Muslim community, everything is there's a new menu every day. A new fat source. I don't mean any harm. However, can we diversify just a little bit? And then you, vendor, if you cannot eat it, then you should not sell to the Muslim community either. And everything is closed. But when someone stands here and says you should give to your masjid, because you are the source of your masjid's wealth, some people get angry and they don't give. And they go right outside and they go back into their extravagant habits of clothing and food, of fats and cloth. But they will not give to the masjid. They will not end the pleading. They will not end it. And you can end it any Friday you want. You too, sisters, you can end this pleading and just begging you and crawling. The way you stop your hunger. And some people are not even hungry. It's just an extravagant lifestyle that people have to keep eating and dressing and eating and dressing and eating and dressing. It is up to you how you live your life. Understand Islam does not approve it. It's up to you what you do with your appetites. Understand that when you overdo it, doesn't receive the approval of Allah's messenger. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم إن أخوف ما أخاف عليكم الشهوات التي في بطونكم وفروجكم ومضلات الهواء. He said صلى الله عليه وسلم, what I fear for you most is the lust of your stomachs and your private parts and the misguidance of your lust. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to question the use of his wealth on the day of judgment, because after all, ibadallah, it is his. It is not yours. It is his, and you are being tested with it. It is not yours. You have no ownership. It is not yours. The truth be known. You call it yours, it's a misunderstanding. You will die. You will leave, and someone else will walk off. The opportunity is yours, fi sabilillah, but it is not yours. Seeking out the most expensive clothing, the most expensive cars, the most expensive furniture, the most expensive jewelry that you don't pay zakat on because you don't know how, some of you, are the habits of the luxury seekers who want to drown themselves in luxury. Allah condemns luxury seekers who squander their wealth. And He subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that luxury seekers were the enemies of the messengers. The luxury seekers, they were the messengers' enemies. They were not their friends. قال تعالى وما أرسلنا في قرية من نذير إلا قال مترفوها إنا بما أرسلتم به كافرون. And we did not send a message of warning to a township, but those who were given the worldly wealth and luxuries among them said, we do not believe in the message that you were sent with. Allah Ta'ala tells us that luxuries are a reason for the destruction of nations, and not what we think, the reasons that it builds. But actually, it's a destruction. وَإِذَا أَرَدْنَا أَن نُهْلِكَ قَرْيَةً أَمَّرْنَا مُتْرَفِيهَا ففسقوا فيها فحق عليها القول فدمرناها تدميرا. And when we decide to destroy a population, Allah said we decide we're going to destroy a population, we first send a definite command to obey Allah and be righteous to those among them. Or we first increase in number those of the population who lead a life of luxury. Then they transgress therein, and thus the word of torment is justified against it, meaning against them. Then we destroy it with complete destruction. Ibadallah, two things. If you don't believe you're overeating, ask yourself how many times you have gone to your own refrigerators and cleaned out decaying and wasting food. Ask yourself how many times you have thrown the food into the garbage. How many pounds of food? You know we don't like leftovers. How many times have we overcooked and have thrown the food into the garbage? Ibadallah. That's idaat mal. That's the wastage of money, the wastage of wealth, the wastage of food. How many times have we thrown the food away? Because we can't eat it, but we don't share it. And what makes us move, ibadallah, is tragedy. We love a tragedy. Urgency. Months ago, when the building caught fire, there was a response. There were tears. There were pledges on the part of the businessmen, pledging themselves, standing up and saying, as the leader of the community that makes